Welcome to you to your favorite YouTube channel, Uday Bhans. Rule number 1, types of verbs. Actually, according to tense, there are two types of verbs in English. So what are the two types of verbs in English according to tense? They are number 1, finite, and number 2, non-finite. Once again, types of verbs according to tense, there are two types of verbs in English. The first one, finite verb, and the second one, non-finite verb. Okay, the first one is finite verb and the second one is non-finite verb. What is finite verb? Are two. The verb that takes the tense, that is known as finite verb. Once again, the verb that takes the tense, that is known as finite verb. Rule number 2, what is finite verb? The verb that takes the tense is a finite verb. The definition is clear, or the definition of finite verb is clear. The verb that takes the tense is a finite verb. Now a question arises, which verb takes the tense? There are so many verbs in English. So which verb takes the tense? To know the reply, we shall proceed towards rule number 3. Rule number 3, which verb takes the tense? To know the answer, at first we should know that if a verb phrase has one verb, it takes the tense. And as it takes the tense, so it is a finite verb. Once again, if a verb phrase has one verb, it takes the tense, so it is a finite verb. On the other hand, if a verb phrase has more than one verb, the first one takes the tense, so it is a finite verb. But except the first one, the other verbs do not take the tense and they are known as non-finite verbs. Once again, which verb takes the tense? If a verb phrase has one verb, it takes the tense, so it is a finite verb. Example, I play cricket. Here play is the verb phrase and it has only one verb, and as it has only one verb, so it takes the tense. So as it takes the tense, so it is known as finite verb. So play is the finite verb. On the other hand, if a verb phrase has more than one verb, the first one takes the verb. The first one means the first verb takes the tense. And as the first verb takes the tense, so the first verb is known as the finite verb. Let's know the example. Today's topic is non-finite verbs or verb patterns, or finite and non-finite verbs. Let's try to understand through an example. And the example is, I am dancing. I am dancing. And the verb phrase is, I am dancing. And the first verb is am. And the second verb is dancing. So in this verb phrase, as there are two verbs, so according to the rule, the first verb takes the tense. So as the first verb takes the tense, so it is known as finite verb. And here, am is the finite verb. Am finite verb. Perhaps I think that the finite verb is clear to you. Yes or no? Now a question arises regarding the definition of non-finite verb. What is non-finite verb? Rule number 4. Non-finite verb means the verb that takes no tense. The verb that takes no tense is known as a non-finite verb. And which verb takes no tense? If a verb phrase has one verb, it must take the tense, so it is a finite verb. But if a verb phrase has more than one verb, the first one takes the verb, but the other verbs do not take the tense. And as the other verbs do not take the tense, and they are known as non-finite verbs. Example: I was playing cricket. Here now you can see was. That means it takes the tense. You can say plus tense. Playing minus tense. That means it takes no tense verb. So was playing is the verb phrase. Was is the first verb, and playing is the second verb. So was is the finite verb, and then playing is the non-finite verb. So the verb that takes no tense is a non-finite verb. Now we shall proceed towards rule number 5, that is about types of non-finite verbs. Types of non-finite verbs. How many types of non-finite verbs are there in English? Actually, there are 2 types of non-finite verbs in English. What are they? The first one, that is known as infinitive, and the second one, that is known as non-infinitive verbs. Non-infinitive verbs. So in this way, we can classify the non-finite verbs into 2 classifications, 2 divisions. What are the 2 divisions? The first one, that is known as infinitives, and the second one, that is known as non-infinitive verbs. Let's proceed about the rule number 6. Rule number 6 is types of infinitives. Types of infinitives. Just like now you can see, there are also 2 types of infinitives. 2 types of infinitive. The first one, bare infinitive, and the second one, to infinitive. Clear? So just like now you can see types of non-finite verbs. There are 2 types of non-finite verbs: infinitives and the non-infinitive verbs. Infinitives, you can say infinitives and non-infinitive verbs. And types of infinitives, there are 2 types of infinitives: bare infinitive and to infinitive. And then now you can see R number 7. R number 7. Types of non-infinitive verbs. Types of non-infinitive verbs. There are 2 types of non-infinitive verbs, and they are ing form, and the second one, that is known as en form. The first one ing form, and the second one en form. Let's clarify the facts. Let's clarify the facts. Non-finite. Non-finite, two types: infinitives non-infinitive verbs. And infinitives, 2 types: so now infinitives are 2 types. The first one that is known as to, and the second one that is known as where. And non-infinitive verbs, two types. What are they? The first one ing and the second one en. And what is to infinitive? To means 2 plus v1. 2 plus v1, that is known as to infinitive. Example, I saw him cross the road. I saw him cross the road. I saw him cross the road. Here now you can see cross is the non-finite verb. So what is to infinitive? To infinitive means 2 plus v1 and 2 plus v1. Example, I want to help you. I want to help you, and here 2 plus v1, and that is to help, and it is known as to infinitive. And then we shall proceed towards bare infinitive. What is bare infinitive? Bare means in its, that is the verb in its original form, in its base form. That means without the addition of ing or without the v3 or past participle form or without to infinitive before. Example, I saw him cross the road. I saw him cross the road. Completely may you write here cross. Cross is the bare infinitive because it is in its v1. That means v1, that is known as bare infinitive. And what is ing form of verb? Ing form of verb means verb plus ing. That is known as ing form of verbs. Example, I saw him dancing. I saw him dancing. Here dancing is the ing form of the verb and it is known as ing form. En form. En form means v3. The past participle form of the verb is known as en form. Example, I made Raghu. I made Raghu written a letter. Written a letter. I made Raghu written a letter. Here written is the en form. En means the past participle form of the verb. Once again, to infinitive means 2 plus v1. Bare infinitive means, that means without 2, without addition of ing, without v3. That means the verb in its base form, that is known as to bare infinitive. Ing form means that means verb plus ing, and en form means the past participle form of the verb. Now we shall proceed towards the verb patterns. At first you should know about the verb patterns or about the definition of verb patterns. Verb patterns mean, that means what the verb follows, and that is known as verb pattern. Perhaps now you can see some of the verbs take ing form, some of the verbs take en form, to infinitive and bare infinitive, and this pattern is known as verb pattern. And let's know about all the verb patterns. At first, pattern number 1. Pattern number 1 means, that means rule number 8, different verb patterns. Today I shall teach you In pattern number one, 4 verbs. Pattern number two, 5 verbs. Pattern number 3, another 4 verbs. And pattern number 4, another 4 verbs. Pattern number 5, 25 verbs. Pattern number 6, 35 verbs. Pattern number 7, 2 verbs. Pattern number 8, 1 verb. So in this way, I shall teach you these verb patterns, the first pattern from pattern 1 to pattern 8. And I can make a calculation of these verbs. The total calculation, 4 plus 5 is equal to 9, plus 4, 13, plus 4, 17, plus 25, 42. 42 plus 35, 77, plus 2, 79, plus 1, 80 verbs. That means I shall teach you about the verb patterns of 80 verbs. And so that in future you will face no problems while facing interviews and while facing examinations, different examinations. Now you can see I have made a list of the patterns of the verbs I am going to teach you. In pattern number 1, I shall teach you the patterns of 4 verbs. Pattern 2, 5 verbs. Pattern 3, 4 verbs. Pattern 4, 4 verbs. Pattern 5, 25 verbs. And pattern 6, 35 verbs. And pattern 7, 2 verbs. And pattern 8, 1 verb. The total of the verbs is 80. That means you will have to know the verb patterns of 80 verbs. And first pattern 1. And first we should know about pattern 1. In pattern 1, I am going to teach you about 4 verbs. So I made a cross. And the 4 verbs are, remember, let, make, have, and help. Let, make, have, help. These are the 4 verbs. In pattern number 1, you should remember the names of the 4 verbs, and they are let, make, have, help. And what is the verb pattern these 4 verbs take? These 4 verbs take the verb pattern, that is noun phrase plus bare infinitive. Yes, the verb pattern they take, that is known as noun phrase. Noun phrase plus bare infinitive. Noun phrase plus bare infinitive, these 4 verbs take noun phrase plus bare infinitive. Kuniba, you can write here pattern number 1 so that the learners will face no problems. You can write in noun phrase NP plus NP short form N dot P dot plus bare infinitive. So these 4 verbs take noun phrase plus bare infinitive. Example, perhaps now we can see, will you please, let me or help me? Will you please help me do it? Will you please help me do it? Here now you can see the verb is help. Help is the non-finite verb, and the pattern that take, or the pattern it takes, that is known as bare infinitive. That means here before it comes me, that means it is the noun phrase. That means help is the verb. Pattern number 1, let, make, have, help. Help is the verb, so it takes noun phrase plus bare infinitive. Me is the noun phrase and do is the bare infinitive. Let's proceed about the pattern number 2. What is the pattern number 2? In pattern number 2, we can find 5 verbs. So what are the 5 verbs? Yes, they are remember, forget, stop, go on, and regret. These are the 5 verbs. So these are the 5 verbs. Remember, forget, stop, go on, regret. And these are the 5 verbs. So I make a cross after 5. This is the pattern number 2 or pattern number 2I. Pattern number 2. And the verbs are remember, forget, stop, go on, regret. So what is the verb pattern? These verbs take or the pattern number 2 takes. And the verb pattern is, that is especially to infinitive and ing form. These verbs take to infinitive and ing form. In which cases they, right? That means in which cases do they take ing form? In which cases do they take to infinitive? Now you can see perhaps the work had been done, or that means it refers to past, something past. So while these 5 verbs refer to something past, already happened, that means already happened, if these 5 verbs refer to something already happened, it is happened, already happened, so we use the ing form. But if something will happen, or is in progress, we use to infinitive. So let's take some of the examples. The examples are: I forgot dash the letters. I forgot dash the letters. Here now you can see in bracket the verb is post, and the answer will be posting, because forgot is the verb and it refers to something happened, and as it refers to something happened, so ing form of the verb is used here. And next now you can see another example: I shall forget dash the letters. Answer: to post, because something will happen in future. As I shall forget dash the letters, and answer will be to post, because this sentence refers to something will happen in future. That means will happen. That means something will happen in future. So the to infinitive is used. Or in this way, another example I can say: if I say that I forget dash the letters, the answer will be to. That means to make the fact clear, just like now you can see perhaps 5 verbs or pattern 2. That means ing, make a zoom, ing and to. And here ing means happened, already happened, and to means happens or will happen. So these are the 5 verbs: remember, forget, stop, go on, regret. And while these 5 verbs refer to something happened, we use the ing form of the verb. But while these 5 verbs refer to something that will happen or is happening or happens, the to infinitive form of the verb is used. Let's proceed towards pattern number 3. In pattern number 3, we should learn about 4 verbs. And the 4 verbs are not like, prefer, not like, prefer, hate, and love. So these are the 4 verbs. What is the verb pattern these 4 verbs take? These 4 verbs take ing form and ing form and to infinitive. So these 4 verbs take ing form and to infinitive. In which regards? Just like now we can see, if they refer to something general or general sense, they take ing form. For specific or definite purpose, for specific or definite purpose or sense, they take to infinitive. Example, now you can see, example, the ing form of the verb is used for general sense or general purpose or usual purpose. But while talking about the specific or definite purpose, the specific or definite sense, we use to infinitive. Example, I hate telling lies. I hate telling lies. Here now you can see that means this particular sentence refers to something general sense or usual sense, and as this sentence refers to general sense or usual sense, so it takes the ing verb pattern here. And another example now you can see, another example, I hate to tell a lie today. I hate to tell a lie today. That means it is not the usual. That means it is not the usual habit of mine of telling a lie. But today I decided that I shall tell a lie. So this sentence, particular sentence, refers to something specific or definite. And as this particular sentence refers to something specific or definite, only for this reason, to infinitive is used here. Let's proceed towards pattern number 4. So put a cross here. And in pattern number 4, there are 4 verbs. So what are the 4 verbs? The 4 verbs are see, watch, hear, and notice. See, watch, hear, and notice. And these 4 verbs, these 4 verbs take ing form and bare infinitive. Ing form and bare infinitive. In which regards do they take ing form and in which regards do they take bare infinitive? So now you can see, perhaps here, yes, here is a coconut tree. Make a zoom. That is sufficient. Yes, sufficient here. Here is a coconut tree. And perhaps now you can see here is a monkey. Yes, here is a monkey, fantastic monkey. Because I have no ability of a drawing, please excuse me. And here is a monkey. The monkey is on the halfway or not? Monkey is on the halfway. And the name of this monkey is A. And here is another monkey. Now you can see another monkey. And its name is B. So its work is complete. That means now you can see here the monkey. That means just like now you can see this is monkey name B and this is the monkey name A. So I can say that In case of incomplete, that means happen in case of incomplete, we use ing form. But in case of complete, we use to infinitive. Just like now you can see, if I say that I saw a means the monkey, dash the tree, or dash the coconut tree. That means here the verb is climb, and the answer will be climbing, because the action of climbing is not completed, it is on the halfway, that means incomplete. And as it is incomplete, so it takes the ing form. Let's proceed towards the bare infinitive in case of complete. Here the bee monkey, and the person now can see here the action of climbing is complete. So we can say that I saw bee dash the coconut tree, and its answer will be climb. Why? Because that is in case of the four words you watch, hear and notice. If the action is complete, they take the bare infinitive, and if the action is incomplete, they take the ing form of the verb. Proceed towards the pattern number 5. In pattern number 5, 25 verbs are here. And as there are 25 verbs, so I have made 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows, 5 verbs each. And in row number 1, agree, appear, attempt, alter, claim. Once again, agree, appear, attempt, alter, claim. And number 5, row number 2, decide, demand, desire, expect, forget. Row number 3, fail, hope, hesitate, intend, manage. Row number 4, need, plan, prepare, pretend, refuse. 5, seem, tend, want, wish, learn. And these are the 25 verbs. I have made 5 rows so that it will be easier on the part of you to learn by heart, or to learn the 25 verbs by heart. That means if you will not learn all these 25 verbs, you will face problems. These are very easy to digest, to learn by heart. So simply 5 rows make 5 rows, and that means one by one you will have to memorize, you will have to learn by heart. And these 25 verbs or this pattern takes especially to infinitive. To infinitive. And that means just now you can see these 25 verbs take to infinitive. Example, perhaps I can say that, example, here, I shall agree to help you. I shall agree to help you. Here now you can see I shall agree to help you, and agree is the verb, and the verb pattern is to help. Because only for these 25 verbs in pattern number 5, we shall have to supply the verb pattern, and that is to infinitive. Let's proceed towards pattern number 6, 35 verbs. 35 verbs, and after it I shall teach you another 2 and 1, 3 verbs. Have patience. And what are the 35 verbs? I have made 5 rows, 7 verbs in each row. What are the verbs? Admit, appreciate, approve of, avoid, consider, cannot help, count on. So these are the verbs for row number 1. And then delay, deny, depend on, enjoy, finish, give up, insist on. Row number 2, then keep on, look forward to, mind, miss, object to, postpone, practice. Prefer, put off, quit, recall, rely on, resent, report. Finally, resist, resume, risk, succeed in, suggest, think about, and think of. These verbs, these 35 verbs, take ing form as the verb pattern. These 35 verbs take ing form as the verb pattern. Example, perhaps, I think of helping Sagarika. I think of helping Sagarika. Here, think of is the verb, and this verb belongs to the pattern number 6. That means 35 verbs. So it takes the verb pattern, that is ing, and it becomes helping. Pattern number 7. In pattern number 7, they are would better and had rather. No. They are would rather, had better. So these two expressions, would rather, had better, these two expressions take bare infinitive. Bare infinitive. Would rather, had better, they take bare infinitive. Example is, I would rather like go to Kolkata. I would rather like go Kolkata, and here would rather is the expression, and it belongs to pattern number 7. So the bare infinitive is used here. Pattern sub 7 is clear. Repeat it. Would rather and had better, and they take the bare infinitive, and its example is I would rather like go Kolkata, go to Kolkata. Pattern number 8. And what is pattern number 8? In pattern number 8 we can find only one verb. The verb is stop. Stop in imperative use, or stop imperative use. That means if the verb stop is used in imperative sentences, it always takes ing form. It always takes ing form. Pattern number 8, only one verb, stop, and in imperative use, it takes the ing form. Example, yes, you might have heard, stop writing, stop working, stop dancing, etc. Once again, to repeat it. So the fact is that in pattern number 4, or in pattern number, that means in pattern number 1, 4 verbs are found, and the 4 verbs take especially noun phrase plus bare infinitive. Pattern number 2, 5 verbs are there, and they take 2 infinitive and ing form. Pattern number 3, 4 verbs, ing form and to infinitive. Pattern number 4, 4 verbs, bare infinitive and ing form. Pattern number 5, 25 verbs and they take to infinitive. Pattern number 6, 35 verbs, they take ing form. Pattern number 7, 2 verbs, they take bare infinitive. And pattern number 8, 1 verb and it takes ing form of the verb. Perhaps I think that this video is quite useful to you. Please like, share and comment it. And to stay tuned with this channel, please subscribe it. Thank you.